Welcome to all. Myself Ranjit Kumar GN, lecturer, Civil Engineering Department, Government Polytechnic, Nagamangala. Today I am going to explain about definitions and different components of tank sluice and procedure to draw the tank sluice. So the course name is Irrigation and Bridge Drawing. The course code 15CE 55D. So I will move on to the next slide. So next slide is the contents. So these are all the contents for this presentation. So here first introduction of a sluice, next types of sluice, next component parts of a sluice, procedure to draw tank sluice. So next multiple choice question, reference. So before going to start any drawing, we know the meaning of a component or structure. So here this is a sluice. So here this is called as a sluice. So sluice is an opening provided in the irrigation tank to draw water as and when required and delivers to the irrigation channel. So sluice is an opening in an irrigation tank. So this is an irrigation tank. It's opening provided on an irrigation tank to draw the water when it requires. So then deliver into the channel. So in other way of sluice is, so sluice is provided under the burn, so to supply of or to discharge of water from inlet chamber to the outlet chamber. The number of a sluice in a tank is directly related to size of a tank and topography of a field irrigated. If the size of a tank, so more number of sluice should be provided, or depending upon your topographical area of irrigated lands, so more number of a sluice is decided. So there are three types of a sluice: head and gibbet wall type tank sluice. Second question, tower head type tank sluice. So next, pipe sluice. So there are various component parts in a tank sluice. So here in this picture, so this is called as inlet chamber, this is called as a slab barrel, this is called as a cistern. So here inlet chamber, it consists of edge wall, gibbet wall and wing wall. So here this is an inlet chamber. So here this is, it consists of a wing wall, this is wing wall, then this is a gibbet wall, this is a edge wall. So next definition or component of edge wall. So edge wall should be constructed with size stone masonry or RCC on upstream of a bund. So this is an edge wall. Edge wall should be constructed in masonry structure or RCC structure in on upstream side of a bund. Here there is a bund. So here this is upstream, this is a downstream. So edge wall should be constructed on upstream side of a bund. So it is provided in front of a sluice. So here this is the front side of a sluice. It should be constructed on in front of a sluice. The top surface of edge wall should be 0.3 meter above the maximum water level. So this is the top surface should be above 0.3 maximum water level or equal to maximum water level. So next, gibbet wall. So here this is called as a gibbet wall. Gibbet walls are attached to the head wall, or it should be constructed on either side of a head wall. So this is also a rectangular end sections. So next component, a wing wall. This is called as a wing wall. So wing walls provide a smooth entry of water into the tank sluice. So here wing wall should be provided because of smooth entry of water into the sluice, and also to provide support and protect of an embankment. So here there is a embankment, so should be protect or support to the embankment. So next I will move on to the next slide. So that is a cistern. Cistern is another component of a tank sluice. So the cistern should be provided on a downstream of a bund. So here cistern should be provided on a downstream side of a bund. So the one side wall should be attached to the barrel. So cistern releases the water to the channel. Cistern should be releases. There is a channel. So the water should be releases from cistern to channel. The height of a cistern or height of a side wall should be fixed as bank of irrigation channel. So then next definition, bed concrete. So there are various components in a sluice. So it is stable platform for provided before constructing any structure. So here there is so many components, that is inlet chamber, next gibbet wall, head wall, slab barrel and cistern. So ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ they provide a bed concrete. So bed concrete is usually 0.5 to 0.6 meter thickness. So depending upon the component size, the bed concrete should be decided. So next definition is barrel. This is called as a barrel. So the sluice barrel is placed under the bund. So this is a earthen bund. So the sluice barrel should be provided under the bund. So the barrel will have masonry side walls with a cover RCC slab. So here this is a barrel, cross section of a barrel. So consists of a side wall, two sides. Side wall should be constructed. Cover top side cover roof RCC slab should be provided. So next slide, stone pitching. So here in this view you have to observe, here on upstream side of a earthen bund should be provided as stone pitching. So in this figure, so it is provided to avoid erosion of a slope of a bund due to wave action of a water on upstream. So some cases the stone pitching should be provided on downstream also. So these are all the components of a tank sluice. So another one component is, this is called as a plug chamber. So before going to start any drawing, so we know the definitions of components. So next, procedure to draw longitudinal section. So you draw longitudinal section across the sluice. So here this is a longitudinal section. Before going to start a longitudinal sections, we know the procedures. So these are all the procedure to draw a longitudinal sections. So here first draw horizontal line at a given RLs at TBL, comma maximum water level, comma FTL level and bed level. So here you draw reference RLs, that is TBL level, MWL level, bed level and hard rock level. So next point or next procedure, draw top width of a bund is provided in TBL. So next, top width of a bund, that is E point in the E point ke new top width of a bund na draw ಮಾಡಿ. So then draw side slope on upstream and downstream. So here, so in problem they given proportions of upstream and downstream. You draw side slope, downstream side slope and upstream side slope. So next, draw top width of edge wall 30 centimeter above maximum water level on left side where MWL touches the upstream bund slope. So here you draw top width of a head wall. The head wall top surface should be 0.3 meter or equal to maximum water level. So next point, draw line downwards till it touches the sill level. So in other side of a edge wall, so draw vertical line that touches the sill level. So next point, mark a point equal to bottom width of edge wall on right side. Join these points to a right side of edge wall at maximum water level. So then mark. So here you have to mark with respect to a bottom distance, that is 1.2 meter na ನೀವು measure ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು then so draw inclined line with respect to this point. So you have a edge wall. So next, on left side draw horizontal line is equal to top width of a gibbet wall. So from left side draw horizontal distance is equal to a gibbet wall thickness. So next, from this end points drawn vertical line up to sill level. From this point drawn vertical line up to sill level. So next procedure is, next point is, draw horizontal line equal to height of a barrel above sill level in a gibbet wall, hedge wall and downstream of a bund. So here you draw horizontal line or parallel line with respect to bed level line. So drawn at gibbet wall portion and head wall portions and downstream portions. So next, above this draw parallel lines of a thickness equal to thickness of slab. Draw another horizontal line with respect to this line at a thickness, this is the thickness, the distance is equal to thickness of a slab. Next, drawn vertical line downwards from the top of the slab downward up to sill level and draw thickness of side walls. So next procedure, draw vertical line from the slab barrel, so and add a thickness of side wall, so then you have a cistern. So next, show the guide slabs, plug rod, plug arrangement or shutter arrangement as shown in the drawing. So show the, this is the guide slab, so plug rod, plug stones, so as your plug chamber. So next, below the sill level show the thickness of RCC bed. So this is the sill level, so you have to show the thickness of cement concrete bed. So next, dimensioning and labeling and hatchings are as shown in the drawing. So after complete all the lines, so you have to show the namings and dimensionings and labeling is very important. So this is the procedure to draw longitudinal. So after complete of a longitudinal sections, you draw half planet top and half planet bottom. So here these are all the procedure you have to follow for doing the half planet top and half planet bottom. So first point is, our first procedure is draw the center line below the longitudinal sections. So here you have to draw one center line below the longitudinal sections. So this is the first point. Extend the lines from upstream and downstream. So here you have to extend or projection the line from upstream side slope and downstream side slope. So then, and also you have to extend edge wall, gibbet wall lines and walls of a cisterns. So and also you extend the lines from gibbet wall, hedge walls and walls of a cisterns. So this is the second step. So next, above the center line, draw half plan at top and below that draw a plan at bottom. So above the center line, this is a center line. Above this you have to draw a plan at top. Below this you have to draw a plan at bottom. So draw half of the barrel width on center line with edge wall and cistern. So draw half of the barrel width. So you have a, this is a full width. So half of that barrel width you have to draw on edge wall and a cistern. So next point, draw wall thickness of a barrel on bottom plan. So here in bottom plan, so you have to draw barrel side wall thickness. So you have to draw. So next, draw the cistern on downstream side showing the clear size of a cistern and thickness. So draw the downstream, you have to draw a cistern is showing the side wall thickness. If in your problem they given side wall thickness top width and bottom width is same, so in the plan showing in 3 side walls, so same thickness as in bottom plan. So next slide, next point is draw wing walls on upstream side attached with gibbet wall at given splay. Draw a wing wall on upstream side, so it attached to the gibbet wall. So with suitable splay you have to draw. So next, draw concrete offset on outer side of a barrel, cistern, hedge wall, gibbet wall and wing wall. So and also finally we have to draw concrete offset. So this is a concrete offset on wing wall, so and concrete offset on a gibbet wall, edge wall and side walls and cisterns. So if in your problem then they may not given, you have to suitably assume 0.3 to 0.4 meter. So then finally dimensioning, labeling, hatching as shown in the drawing. So finally in cut sections we have to show hatching, so and dimensionings and naming should be show in top plan. So here this is a stone pitchings. So on upstream side, so top view the stone pitching is visible. So that's why I will showing the slope on upstream side, so and also downstream side. So this is the procedure to draw a plan at top and a plan at bottom of a. Next slide is multiple choice questions. So the first question is, sluice is an opening arrangement provided under the bund in the form of tunnel or pipe for supplying of option A water, option B soil, option C concrete, option D none of these. Answer is a water. So sluice is an opening arrangement provided under the bund in the form of tunnel or pipe for supplying of water. Second question is upstream side slopes of a bund is dash. Option A 2:1, option B 1.5:1, option C 1:1, option D 1:2. Answer is 1.5:1. Usually the upstream slopes of a bund is provided 1.5:1. So next question is thickness of bed concrete is provided in edge wall, gibbet wall, cistern and barrel should be option A 0.5 meter, option B 0.6 meter, option C 0.5 meter to 0.6 meter, option D all of these. Answer is 0.5 to 0.6 meter depending upon the size of the component or depending upon soil conditions. The cement concrete bed should be decided. So I will move on to the next slide. So that is fourth question. The top surface of edge wall is fixed dash above maximum water level. Option A 0.7 meter, option B 0.6 meter, option C 0.3 meter or MWL, option D 0.1 meter. Answer is 0.3 meter or MWL. The top surface of edge wall is fixed 0.3 meter or maximum water level. So next question, where rail cisterns is provided in a bund? Option A upstream, option B downstream, option C top of bund, option D none of these. Answer is B, that is the downstream side. So here the cisterns is provided on downstream side of a bund. So next question is where stone pitchings provided in a bund? Option A upstream, option B downstream, option C top of bund, option D none of these. Answer is upstream. So the stone pitching should be provided on upstream side of a bund. So next question, slab barrel side walls are constructed by concrete, option B masonry, option C precast or RCC, option D all of these. Answer is all of these. The side walls are constructed either concrete or masonry or precast or RCC. So next question, guide slabs are provided in option A cistern, option B barrel, option C plug chamber, option D none of these. Answer is plug chamber. So the guide slabs are provided in a plug chamber. So next question is reason for providing grass turfing in a bund. Option A erosion of soil, option B sliding of soil, option C A and B, option D none of these. Answer is A and B. So the reason for providing grass turfing to avoid erosion of soil and also sliding of a soil in downstream side. So we will move on to the next question. The usual arrangements made in a tank bund scheme to spill surplus or excess waters is known as option A tank spillway, option B tank sluice, option C tank weir, option D none of these. Answer is tank weir. The usual arrangements made in a tank bund scheme to spill the excess water or surplus water